What up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Ryder. You're watching Cosmic Rider TV. Thank you for tuning in. So today we are talking about the legendary and late Kevin Samaules. Now I know Kevin Samaules has come under a lot of scrutiny. He's received a lot of bad press, but I believe there's a misconception, as particularly by the female population, which I can understand. Yeah. Kevin Samuel, bless his soul. I believe that he had good intentions, and there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding his message. The man wanted to keep the family unit together. He wanted people to stay together and stay married. The divorce rate in the West is 50%. So there's a 50-50 chance that marriages are going to work out in the West. Yeah, that's quite concerning. That's a very high percentage. And 70% of divorces are initiated by the wife. Yeah, that's quite concerning as well. So I think what Kevin Samuels was trying to do was keep people together, yeah, and encourage people to make better choices for their life partner, and encourage people to marry and date, their equal, people that are equal to them. Date realistically. Don't always try to I mean, they say that most women want the top 10% of men, top 10% high value men, which is unrealistic, is it? But I completely agree with Kevin Samuels wanting to keep the family unit together in the West, because there seems to be some type of agenda to break down the family unit in the West, yeah? And, men and daughters and sons need their fathers in their lives. And Kevin Samuels didn't just scrutinize women, he also scrutinized men and encouraged men to raise their standards as well, and encouraged men to be men, traditional men, to provide, to guide and lead, yeah? So how can we be angry at Kevin Samuels' message? There was a controversial video that got him off to a bad start, and that was the below average video where he put that young lady down, which was harsh. But the thing is, his message, his delivery is harsh, but sometimes you have to force feed it to people for them to digest the message. So his delivery is questionable, but you have to see the intention behind it. Yeah, I believe the man put himself through so much stress trying to evolve our community. Yeah, and it's not just exclusively to the black community either. It's for society as a whole. It's men and women as a whole in the Western society. This is a problem. So I believe that Kevin Samuels really wanted the best for everybody. He didn't want to see children being raised in single parent homes. Yeah, he didn't want to see people being divorced and then people ending up alone. Yeah, he wants people to stay together, and sometimes you have to face some hard truths. So we're gonna watch an interview with him and a young man that was obviously raised in a single parent home, and kind of shows how men suffer emotional problems when they haven't got the balance of the masculine and feminine in their life, yeah? Don't judge me for this, yeah? I've just got the vision of foreseeing people's intentions, yeah? So I believe his intentions were good, but hear me out and have a look at this interview and see what you think.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How old are you?
35.
All right. What's your disagreement?
First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. I think you really try to highlight, and I think a lot of the listeners that I've been listening to, they don't watch your show, so they're not familiar with your content. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone. And I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the society we're in.
So your disagreement is with my tone?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Then you go do it.
I respect that. I can respect that. I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that.
Were you raised by your father?
Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
So
They don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
really, does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah.
No,
That
that's
makes
a
sense.
question I'm asking you. What
Yeah.
matters more?
It matters more what they do with their information.
Well, then I challenge you to go look at what some of my detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, "You saved my marriage. I'm getting married because of you. You made me a better woman. I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better." Go look in their comment section. Go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
You're right.
My
I
question
agree
is,
with you.
as a black man, why are you coming here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making that argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people are having discussions.
Well, let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes?
I don't really see that many that much of a good outcome, honestly.
Of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean,
No.
Black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting outcomes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married, going back to their husbands, reframing how they look at men? You say you follow my content, right?
You're right. I
Who's
don't
getting
see,
the outcome?
You're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
So
you
as
that.
a man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about a tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like
Again, what's the feeling? See, the problem is when you say that.
Yeah, see, this is very important because people are missing that. They're missing the many testimonies from women that praise Kevin Samaules for the work that he does. How much marriages has he saved? He's saved so many marriages and changed people's perception of what being a man and being a woman is. The whole perception of marriage, yeah? And like the brother says, his tone, he doesn't feel people received his tone very well, which is true. The majority of people don't seem to receive Kevin's tone very well, but they're missing the message. You can't always look at the tone. When someone that really cares, someone that's passionate about what they do, the tone is oftentimes it's going to be quite aggressive and quite militant, yeah, because they're passionate. But understand the message behind what they're saying. Some of the most realist and kind-hearted people come across as arseholes. They come across as horrible, horrible misogynists or whatever. Even men and women, they come across as horrible people. But if you check their actions and you see what they do, you'll see that they are good people. They are good people. At their core being, they are trying to do good.
You weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
But how is that?
Cause you sound like. Listen to what the men are going to go back and go look in the comment section after this video, and I feel. I don't. If I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome, damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what you're saying the right way.
It's not for the majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority of women are not receiving your content properly,
if the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are the outcomes to that? See, this is our problem as black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tad bit better. Trust me, I'm not saying to change your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying, because I respect your
I mean,
content.
but what you're making is a feelings-based argument. If you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more.
What percentage increase do you think I would get?
See, and that's the thing, man. There's this need to be right. Like he's not getting the point. There's this egotistical need to be right, yeah. And it's not really a hard concept to grasp. The hard approach, tough love. You know, we've all grown up with that. You know, a lot of us have grown up with that tough love, and we know what it does. Yes, it causes a little bit of trauma, but you learn something and it toughens you up. Yeah. This guy seems like he's, you know, I don't know if he thinks pandering to what women want to hear is the right approach. Yeah. That's not the right approach. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. Yeah. The fact that we are now in our society are able to have these discussions, and this is the thing, is because of people like Kevin Samaules have forced the issue. Yeah. And it's an issue. It's a talk that needs to be had. Young men need to know how to be men and how to put their point across, and not feel that they need to moderate how they express themselves. Yeah. Because females don't have no problem expressing themselves. Yeah.
At least 15 to 20. At least a 15 or 20% increase.
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
Just based off, once again, like you mentioned, my anecdote.
Right. You have nothing to base that on. I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want me to change what's getting outcomes verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing.
That's how men operate. That's how we think.
That's how men operate. That's how we think. And I'm challenging this because there are going to be black women that are going to come on and say, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we can't be like this because no other group of men thinks like this.
No.
It is weak thinking. No, it works. And if I'm not getting everybody, so what? I am doing far better than the people telling their queens and goddesses. And you can't come tell me that if you moderated your message, you get about 15 to 20% more. You can't say that. Somebody could easily come along and say he could lose 50%.
But you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content.
But you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content, not because they're trying to bet.
But do you understand that they can make the same argument? You could lose 50%.
Based upon anecdotal evidence.
Based upon their anecdotal evidence. Could someone make the same argument? You could lose.
True or false? I mean, that's true. You
True or
could always
false?
lose followers or lose.
I mean, that's true. You could always lose
So it's a
followers or
counter
lose.
argument.
So it's a counter
What I'm saying
argument.
is what you're saying doesn't make any.
And what I'm saying is what you're saying doesn't make any, is not rooted in anything other than your feelings.
You just said I use
The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you just said I use the word feelings too much. So I was raised in a household with both my father and a mother. So my mother's a very strong-willed person. My father is he's also a very strong-willed person. So, but he always taught me, you catch more flies with honey and vinegar or something along that line. But anyway, it's an old school term, but
I mean, he says he grew up with both parents. He grew up with her mother and father. So it's quite surprising how he's turned out. I would say, judging by his behaviour, his mother probably wore the pants in the relationship, which is fine. That's how it is sometimes. But he's failing to. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to see the message. He just wants to argue. And the point, even though his point has been deflected and disproved already, you know, many times by Kevin Samaules, he still is persistent in his idea that you must be soft, and now he's bringing up old school terms about catch a fly or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about what approach is getting results. Yeah. And obviously he hasn't done his research on KS. He hasn't really he hasn't grasped the whole reason as to why Kevin Samuels is just doing what he's doing. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why is Kevin Samuels doing what he's doing? What's his motive? Yeah. What is the fundamental message behind it? And he's just not grasping it.
He always used that term. So he always trained me to say there's a time and place to be very strong and stern, and there's a time and place to kind of fall back and use your softer side.
You're watching a platform with a man who's been on for a year.
Yeah. Well, I think
grown from 50,000 subscribers to almost 1 million.
Yes.
Who's a professional salesperson who is trained in what you're talking about. Monday through Friday, I do this.
Yes, I agree.
And
actually, you
don't think that I know the things you're talking about, but I also know as a salesperson and as a marketer and as a presenter, people respond to authenticity and actual outcomes.
But I understand it. I'm a marketing manager. I understand.
Then what you're saying is not even make good business sense. It's based in nothing.
What I'm saying is not about business. What I'm saying is it's about relationships. It
is about business. You said getting more people is about increasing an outcome. It's business. It can be both.
Okay, but I thought your content was about building the Black community, building our community.
It is, and who's getting a better outcome? Who's getting the better damn outcome? Is it Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey telling you queens and everything else? Or is it this? Have you seen any videos saying, I got my husband because of Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson saved my marriage. Steve Harvey did this. Have you seen any of those videos?
Of course, I watch all that content.
No, you've seen women come out and say, I found my husband listening to these guys, following this information.
No, but they do follow that stuff.
I didn't ask you, okay, have you seen any videos saying that Kevin Samaules is the reason I married? There are 5 on my channel right now.
Yes, but they may not just produce that stuff.
Jesus.
I mean, I understand that.
You see? Man, it's stressful. I'm stressed just listening to this guy. It's just everything, he's always got a deflection, man. Damn, this is stressful. This is stressful just listening to this guy. I'm sure you guys watching can grasp it, man. I'm sure you can grasp this, man. This is not really I'm convinced that this is what killed Kevin Samaules, you know. It's the stress. This man literally gave his life to the cause, man. You know, between this and the Red Bulls, man, this is what done it for Kevin Samaules. This is what turned his TV off. Yeah. Damn.
You know, you produce it. You produce results. I will grant you that. They may not produce that or put that content or information out there to the general public. That's all I'm saying. My thing is, you would get more viewers. You would get a better outcome.
Okay, you're right. I like the outcome I'm getting. This is what I'm going to do, and it's working. And until you can show me something that's going to work better, show me somebody who has faster growth, more views, more consistent outcomes. Show me somebody. Show me one person. Give me the business reason to do it.
You're right.
Then stop. Stop, please. Because I don't like when we do this as men. I try to be nice, but there's no business reason. There's no practical reason. This is in your feelings.
I guess I was thinking your content was supposed to bring the Black family back together.
Holy shit! How many times have I? Can somebody else do? Let me bring somebody else on.
But you're not. But
oh man, you see how stressed he's getting. You see, it's stressful. It's stressful arguing with people like this because they are so concerned with being right. Damn. This reminds me of, you know, this is like you can't reason with people like this, man. It's interesting. It's interesting because, you know, there's people like this out there, man. We deal with people like this every day. He says he was raised by his father, you know, and you're showing feminine traits, man. You know, you're showing feminine traits. You just don't want to agree. You just don't want to agree. You don't want to admit and say your point is flawed. Your argument is flawed, man. Flawed. Yeah? The results, man. The results. Why can't you see that? Yeah? Man's got a platform. If you can do better, then you do it. Because your approach, like the majority, you know, like so many men out there, your approach, your soft approach, we've been fed this fairy tale story that, you know, you must be, you know, I mean, chivalry I do agree with chivalry. You know, chivalry shouldn't be dead, but you've been force fed this narrative that, you know, you need to be gentle and you need to be compassionate in your delivery and, you know, to get your point across. But no, that doesn't get results, you know. People need if people see no urgency to change, when the sugarcoat, when you sugarcoat things, people see no urgency to change their ways. Yeah. In order to promote change, you must be militant. It requires a degree of militancy. Yeah.
If people are getting, if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples getting married because of me, that's bringing the black family back. Go.
But for every five,
listen, please. 5 people, 5 couples, black couples married.
sure.
Dozens of women in the comment section, I'm a better wife. All kind of shout outs across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't like the fact that we feel like we got to talk to our women in such a sugar and spice and everything nice when we are in a crisis. 1 in 4 will marry. 80% of children born out of wedlock. And you're coming to me with the same liberal, weak-wristed bullshit. Be nicer. Say it honeyed. Say it sweet. That ain't got us nothing. We need some good old-fashioned truth-telling.
But this generation of women aren't receiving it.
Holy shit. You're still going.
They're not, I mean, honestly, they're not receiving it. I understand totally.
Okay, I know disrespect. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Got any children?
No, I don't.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
I got several. I've been married, got kids. I think I know women better than you. You want to start pulling rank. I'm trying to be nice, man. Don't tell me about women if you ain't had no success with them, even fail with them.
I got you, brother. I won't even argue with you on that.
You can't argue this shit. I tried to let you off, man, but you're still pushing this point. Rooted in nothing.
Because I don't think you understand what I'm getting to. My point is, you may have 4 or 5 or maybe even 10 people that come on and say they've gotten married, but the majority, I'm focused more on the majority. That's all. I'm just saying the majority of women are not receiving it. They're pushing back. If you've got 1,000 women and only 10 women are getting married out of 1,000, then the majority aren't receiving it. That's the only thing I'm trying to get to. Once again, I respect your content.
How many people in this show right now? How many people in the show right now?
I can't see. I don't know.
They're not hearing you. My videos average 400,000 views. They're not hearing me. They're hearing me. You better believe they're hearing me.
Hearing you based on. I mean, hearing you.
All right,
based
man.
off of
You got it. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And this is what I mean about power, money, and sex. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. But you got nothing to base what you're saying on. You got nothing to base what you're saying on except feelings. And I respect your feeling, but I don't do things based on feelings. And even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is gonna work because I've seen that it doesn't. 25,000 people in here. What you're saying, man, what you're saying, brother, is you got nothing other than a feeling.
But are they watching for the shock value or are they actually
Who gives a shit? They're watching. That's the point. They're watching. And how many women have come? See, if you were really a watcher of mine, you would know that women come over and say, you know what? I thought this, but until I watched an entire video myself, and then I heard the logic, I heard the facts, I heard the stats, I heard this.
I've heard that. I mean, I've watched you for the last
Then-
3 years when you started out with men. So I've been watching your content.
Then
for years.
understand that it's working. And now you're saying, well, if you just tweaked it a little bit, you get more. Well, you know what? The Colonel got 11 herbs and spices. Well, if you put 13 in, you get about a 20% bump in customers. I don't think so. The formula works. And I'm still got a man who's sitting here telling me, nah, I don't feel like it's going to work that way. And I'm asking you based on what? And you haven't said anything except I just feel this way. All right, based in what? I'm listening. Based in what?
Based off of the conversations that I have with women that detest the content. And I'm an advocate saying, hey, listen to
They're
him. He's
detest the
trying to
content. Are they over 30?
Yes.
Do they tend to be overweight?
Some.
Any of them have children out of wedlock?
They all do. I got you.
Any of them college graduates?
I got you. I see where you're going.
But if they listen to me, do you think they would get better outcomes?
If they actually paid attention.
Right. Do you think that I'm the first person that told them if you lost some weight, you'd have a better health and get a better outcome?
But that's the problem. They're not.
No, it's not the problem. See, it's not the problem of information. See, you just defeated your own argument. It's not the information. They've been given the information several different ways. The problem is they've been given the information spoon-fed and soft. And you know how many people watch me and can't stand it, but they're still sitting there saying, I can't stand it. But they listen. And then they're wondering, why are they watching them? Because the women are getting something out of it. And what I don't understand is why, as a man, you're not on this side saying, yeah, instead of saying softer. We should be going harder. We're behind. Black boys are reading at a 4th grade level. These very mothers you're talking about, how are their sons doing? Would you want to be stepdaddy to any of them?
No, sir.
Then don't tell me about softening a message when we're failing our next generation of boys. And we're failing because they hear men who are sitting back saying, yeah, be nicer. No other race of men has to be this damn nice.
But no other race is as combative with one another as we are.
No other race of men need to be stronger than we do. See, this is where it falls on us. Brother, I keep saying the problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight. I guarantee you this. Men who go into a place talking like me walk away with more of the women than you do. Regardless of how they look, women follow leadership and strength. Or do you disagree?
I agree with that. They do follow strength. I mean, in the business world, strength always comes out on top. So
why can't black men be strong?
Because I think we're dealing with a different generation of women nowadays. They don't
Really?
receive it.
Did you look at the last president you had? You can chuckle all you want to, but he inspired people to riot on the Capitol, didn't he?
Yeah, you're right.
Obama couldn't even, what did Obama get us? Don't tell me about the generations. See, this is where black women make a valid critique. It is our responsibility not to worry about the motherfucking generation, the price of tea in China, gas, how tight your shoes are. We got to grab our balls and be fucking men. Even the ones that weren't raised. I wasn't raised this way. You have to make yourself a man worth being followed. And you don't do it with nice words. You do it by grabbing your balls and getting ready to fight. Because if we can't fight our women, how the fuck we gonna fight the world? They don't respect us because our women don't respect us.
I agree.
You know how many times I've been in corporate America where people have asked me, how do you put up with that? Janice is a hell of a spitfire, such and so forth. They laugh at us. I've been on golf courses and in boardrooms. And I could never put up with a woman like Brenda. Wow, Helen is so sweet. She's a spitfire. That spitfire's a way for saying something else. They hold our manhood cheap because we are so weak that our women are walking around with long colored fingernails, furry slippers, pajamas, and bonnets, weighing more than men at our height, cussing at us. And you want to be nice to that? Fuck that.
Where's your balls, man? Where's your balls? Where's your balls, brothers? Yeah. This is why our women are walking all over us, because we ain't showing our ball. We ain't showing no integrity. Yeah. Let's leave it at that anyway.